a visual tour of the USA's most challenged states. Hidden stories. Unheard voices, navigating poverty in America. The 5 poorest states in the United States. 1. Mississippi. We're in Mississippi, which is the country's poorest state. Here, almost 1 in 5 people live in poverty, meaning nearly 1 in 4. Families make less than about $25,000 a year. That's as much as in Namibia, a country in Africa. It's tough here. A high unemployment rate of 6.85%, and until a couple of years ago, 1 in 4 people in Mississippi didn't finish high school, making it hard to move forward without education. When you search for Mississippi on Google, the first suggestion is, why is Mississippi so poor? So, why is it? Many reasons we've discussed before, but it's even more challenging here. Limited job opportunities and a struggling education system play a big role. High rates of people being put in jail and a history of racial segregation have held many back. For lots of people in Mississippi, being poor is a problem passed down through generations. And for some, relying on government help like welfare and unemployment becomes a way of life. 2. Louisiana. Back in the South for more of our journey, and this time we're exploring Louisiana. It's a bit of a bummer that we can't splurge on some fun. They sure seem to enjoy their drinks here. In Louisiana, over 19% of people live in poverty, and families bring in around $46,000 a year. That's not much to help folks climb the success ladder. Now here are some eye-opening facts. Louisiana is dead last in the nation when it comes to the income gap between men and women. It's also the 3rd worst for food insecurity and education scores. It's a bit tough to attract more jobs when there's not enough education support. There's a feeling of, it is what it is in Louisiana. People here think that if you're poor, you stay that way. They say all we can do is pray. There's not much urgency to make a change, and that's something we hope can shift. 3. West Virginia. In West Virginia, about 18% of people live in poverty, and families make around $44,000 a year, not much. But here's the thing. There are a couple of good things that help West Virginians from being even poorer. The unemployment rate is not too high, which is a positive. Also, the cost of living is super low, so even with lower salaries, more families can manage to get by without falling into poverty. Interesting fact, more people actually moved out of West Virginia than moved in according to migration studies. And here's something unique. West Virginia is the only state where more people pass away than new babies are born. 4. New Mexico. In New Mexico, 20% of people live in poverty and families make around $46,000 a year. That's about $10,000 less than what most families across the country earn. Here's a big deal. 1 in 3 kids here lives in poverty, and that's a major reason why New Mexico is ranked last in the nation for places to raise a family. 5. Alabama. A lot of folks in Alabama are struggling. Families here make around $46,000 a year. That's about $1,000 less per month than the average household. And get this, about 1 in 5 people in Alabama live in poverty.